Hi, my name is Benjamin Ross, and today I want to share with you something that is very near and dear to my heart, the joy of CSGO Surf. Now, I know what you're thinking, joy in CSGO? Now, once upon a time I would have said the same exact thing, and I can't blame you. It gets pretty competitive when you're working hard to get to that sweet global elite. I know. But one thing that Surf has taught me is that it's not how fast you move, 250 by the way, it's how you take the turns and twists that the course of your life throws at you. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So why don't you grab your mouse and keyboard, boot up Surf Utopia, if you can. It's a map. It'll help you get going pretty quickly, and you can follow along in the same space that I'm following along, but any old map will do. Anyway, once you've loaded up in a map such as this, well, we're going to get started with something called air strafing. It's pretty easy. I think a lot of people think that it's secondary to the surf experience, but I'm here to tell you that ain't so. I wish I'd learned it a lot earlier. Would have made it a lot easier. Anyway, the point of air strafing is to take your forward momentum and turn it into sideways momentum. Now, the way this is accomplished is once you jump, again, you have a certain set amount of momentum. You're gonna let go of the W key. I know that's counterintuitive, but we're not moving forward anymore, okay? It's fine. W will be there when we get back to land later, but we're in midair. So we want to let go of W. Your momentum stays there. Now to convert this into sideways momentum, you can't just look left or look right. You gotta do something else. So if you're looking left, you gotta press the A key as well. This is what it looks like without the A key pressed. This is what it looks like with the A key pressed. See how I moved to the side there? Again with the D key. I actually moved to the right. So that's air strafing. Now, we're gonna get into the actual surfing bit. This is pretty easy. Very similar to air strafing as well. So if you're on the right side of the ramp, you're going to want to press A. If you're on the left side of the ramp, you're going to want to press D. And you stick to the ramp like glue. Should look a little something like this. Wow. Now ain't that something? Just beautiful. Now, you might notice that we didn't get a lot of speed there and we didn't look all too pretty. Just fine, you know? Everybody starts out somewhere. But something that's really important is where you're looking with the mouse. So for example, the closer you are to the bottom of the ramp, the faster you're going to get going. So you can use air strafing to maneuver yourself to get closer and closer to that bottom lip. Now you saw me do something right there that's a little funky. Why don't we see that again? A curve. So the thing with curves is, let's say you're on the right side of the ramp, and you try to hold A to stick yourself like glue to that ramp. Well, let's see what happens when we do that and try to turn with it. Golly, we flew right off. This accent's getting so bad. So here is where the really important air strafes come in. As you can see here, we'll do it again one more time with the air strafes involved. So instead of holding A here to stick myself to it, I want to press D to move around it. And it acts as sort of a wall, so I don't go too far away. So it's really important as you're flying around the curved ramps, not to try and stick yourself to the ramp, but flow with it. Flow with it. D into the right. D into the right to curve right. A into the left to curve left. It's real simple basic stuff. Now again, you get speed by going from the top to the bottom of the ramp. Oh, I got a spectator. Oh, goodbye. You can get quite a lot of speed this way. Again, curving, air strafing. So again, if you want to follow along on this map, this is Surf Utopia. Now you might see me doing funky little things with my knife. You can press F to inspect it. If you press R while you're inspecting it, and then press F again, you can make these funky movements with it. Now I wish I had found that out a lot sooner because it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now it's okay to mess up now and again. It's gonna happen when you're surfing. Now I'm no surf genius. or nothing, no surf whiz, but I do like to do it in my spare time. A man once told me as I was in a server that the best way to think of getting speed is to pretend you're a piece of butter sliding down a ramp. And if someone threw you as a piece of butter at something, how would you want to make contact with it to maintain as much speed as possible? Now here's a little air strafe section. See how I just held D and spun around that? You can actually skip that whole bit, but for sake of instruction, I did it. Now we're nearing the end. The end is at the very top here, so we're gonna need a lot of speed. And the right angle. And I messed up. That's okay. It's okay. Can't get it every time. It'd be too easy if it were. So again, here I'll demonstrate the butter technique. Someone threw me like this, slide down. I'd actually air strafe and look to the right. Air strafe D, look to the right. Do it again here so I don't slam into it. I smooth into it. See that? Again, I'm holding D and then A to stick myself to it. I don't want to slam myself into it like that, so I'll lose a lot of speed. I really try to put myself smoothly onto it, and then I stick to it once I've already made contact. Air strafe to make contact, and then we'll try to skip that section in a fancy maneuver. So that's the skip there I'm talking about. Now we should have a lot more speed than last time. Maybe I'll hit the angle right too. No. Give her one more go. See what happens. Smooth like butter. It's actually another skip you can do. There it is. I don't know that that's expertly done, but that's what it looks like. I believe you can skip this section too, at least that ramp. So there you just saw something called a B-hop. A lot of times when you're surfing, you can hold down space and the server will give you an auto jump feature. You don't lose your momentum. Getting close to it now. I think I'm going slow. A little bit slow for this, but smacked it, it's fine. This is the Bob Ross try. Jesus Christ. I hope you learned something here today. Man, enjoy surfing. It's a good time.